You know what's crazy? I just had one of the worst 48 hours in my sporting life this season. The Toronto Raptors lost Game 7 last night and the season is done. And today, Chelsea go and do this. They lost 3-1 at home to Nottingham Forest's B team. Yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking it literally cannot get any worse than last night, right? And it gets worse, right? Way worse. Because at least the Raptors fought to Game 7, right? These players, these Chelsea players, they didn't even show up today. Yo, this game was super frustrating to watch. Like proper frustrating settings. And honestly, at this point, it's hard to even blame the board for this game. It's even hard to blame the coaching staff for this game. This was on you, the players. Nottingham Forest didn't even have their best team on the pitch. They didn't even have their regular starting lineup. Most of their star players were either injured or left on the bench. And guess what? We still got dominated. Belt to ass the whole game. This felt like a training session all game for the Forest players. Wave after wave after wave of attack. And if it wasn't for Joao Pedro's goal at the end, not only would it have been 6 Premier League games without a win, but it would have been 6 Premier League games without scoring. 6. That's not just bad. That's historic embarrassment. 2-0 down within 15 minutes. Same mistakes. Same lack of urgency. Chalobah losing his man. Gusto making decisions that don't even make sense. This isn't tactics anymore. This is all mentality. And don't get me started about our midfield. We had over 250 million pounds of talent. Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo, and they were all outplayed, outworked, outfought the entire game by a bunch of nobodies from Forest. Literally rotation players at Stamford Bridge. That should never happen. And at this point, like, if you just don't laugh, you're gonna cry. There was literally no composure, no leadership, nothing. It literally looked like 11 players who met for the first time 10 minutes before kickoff. Oh. Honestly, I should have just watched the Raptors lose again. Just rewatch that game because at least I knew what I was going to get. You know, I mean, this with Chelsea every single week, week in and week out, is just pure chaos. And what's wild is that the only bright spot for today was literally Jessy Derry, an 18-year-old, debut game, fearless, actually fighting for the badge. And then what happens? He puts his body on the line and gets stretched off with a concussion. My guy literally sacrificed his body to win us that penalty, and we still missed the penalty. I genuinely hope he's okay because he showed more heart in that moment than most of the squad has shown all season long. And it's crazy, man. Like, we need to talk about that penalty. You know, it was a chance to get back in the game. It was 1-0 at that moment. And lukewarm Palmer, as he should be known now, literally shoots it into the corner with no pace, no power, poor precision. And that moment right there literally just summed up everything, right? There was no belief, no conviction, completely flat. And I don't know what's wrong with Cole Palmer, but ever since his groin injury, he has not been the same. There's no more cold Palmer. It's, like I said, lukewarm Palmer at this point. And something's got to change. And listen, like, let's be clear. I'm still BlueCo out. Of course I am, right? That's not going to change anytime soon, right? They've literally ripped the identity out of this club, and they need to leave. They need to be removed from this club. You know, they've turned Chelsea into an experiment. But like I said, tonight was something different. These players need to look themselves in the mirror and understand, like, this was in your control and you blew it. There is no system excuse here. No manager excuse. No board excuse. You played a weakened Forest team and got dominated. That's on you. Outside of Jessy Derry and that moment from Joao Pedro, every single player on that pitch, you were an embarrassment to Chelsea Football Club. Honestly, I don't even know what else there is to say after that performance, right? Like I said, I've watched my basketball team losing Game 7 last night, and then I watched this abomination of a football game today. And I've never felt this disconnected from Chelsea in my life. This club is in the gutter right now. I'm always going to be BlueCo out, but tonight, like I said, it was on the players. You need to look at yourself. You need to fix yourself because this type of performances cannot continue ever again. Chelsea fans, I want to hear from you. Who are you blaming after tonight? I know we talk about the owners, like I said. I know we talk about the managers in the past, but these players, you cannot tell me that these players don't have the talent to defeat Forest's B team. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear them because I learned a lot today, for sure. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.